Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry it's been 2 weeks since I've done a video, but I'm trying to get these bookshelves in line with tons and tons and tons of new books I need to put up here. So I've been pulling, well, I haven't started yet, but that's a whole nother story. So I've got 10 books I'm going to review today, quickly review, but mainly I'm going to do a review on this one. So I'm going to enjoy my chocolate peanut butter cup coffee. Come back after the intro. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's me, Richard, with Nightmares Anyone. I am drinking out of my evil, wicked queen with the magic mirror. Before a lot of you ask, yes, I got a new ring. It is quite the stunner. Yeah, it's a good sized diamond. It's nice. So, before I get into today's reviews, I do want to apologize. It has been 2 weeks since I've done a book review. So, yes, Leslie Powell McCarty, I am not leaving this channel. I've just been, like I said, I'm taking books off these shelves behind me. And actually, today it's Tuesday, March 14th. It's a little after 12 noon right here. It is so storming outside. It's 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's pouring torrential downpour. It's been like this for 3 days. So yeah. So I'm trying to get my bookshelves in order, and I need to get a bunch of books taken down off the shelves. So what I'm doing, I'm taking all the books that I've read over here and over in that wall shelf over there. And then I'm coming up on 500 subscribers. Yeah, I was way above this on my old channel, but you know what? This has been really, really fun to start the new second channel, Nightmares. So once I hit 500, I'm going to be giving a lot of books away. Now, all of my books are just like brand new. Some of them I've never even read because I listen to the audiobooks. So a lot of them have never even been cracked open. But before I get into the reviews today, I want to welcome some new subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, you guys can see from my eyes, my allergies are so bad right now. My eyes are constantly puffy. Yeah, sorry you guys. My eyes are so bad right now with allergies. But I want to welcome some new subscribers to the channel. So in no particular order, wow, my eyes are really, really bad right now. So in no particular order, let's welcome Ann Santilli, Dina or Deanna. I don't think it's Deanna because there's only one A. There's only one N, so it's probably Dina. Dina Love, Alicia Badillo, Jenna Beast. I think it's Jenna Beast. It's Jenna BST. Din Tao. That's one quiet kid. Nomi. I like Nomi. That's the name of the main character in Showgirls, the movie with Elizabeth Berkley. I know it's been considered the worst film ever made. I love it. Tamara B. and Margaret Hendricks. Now, Margaret Hendricks and a couple of these others are followers of my crafting channel, Real Men Craft 2. And if you guys haven't subscribed to either of these channels, I would love it if you would do so. It helps my channel count and my algorithms of my YouTube channels. So here's the little subscription button right there. Just hit that subscribe button right there. Turn on the notification bell. That just sends you an email of when I post a new video so you don't miss out on anything. So let's get this going. So I've got 10 books here. Now, a lot of these I've listened to the audiobooks because when I work on jewelry, cross stitch, which I'm really into right now, I'm doing an incredible mermaid. She's beautiful. I'll post a link to that video right here. This is to my other channel. But yeah, with the new remake of The Little Mermaid coming out May 16th, I cannot wait. In fact, Sunday on the Academy Awards, they released a new trailer. And oh my God, Bruce said, "Oh, you got to see this trailer," because I had taken a nap because I hadn't slept the night before. So I fell asleep for like 3 hours. I got up at like 6:45 at night. I missed the first 2 hours of the Academy Awards, which I've never ever done. Never missed the Academy Awards. And Bruce told me, he said, "You need to see this new trailer for The Little Mermaid." Yes, I watched the new trailer. He videotaped my reaction, and yes, I'm a fucking mess. I am a mess during if I get the nerve up, I'll post the the clip. But you guys have seen me cry before. I'm not ashamed to cry. I'm not embarrassed to cry. If I read a book or if something really, really hits me hard, you know, in my personal life that I've seen or done in the previous days, I will. But yeah, I was a mess during the release of this new trailer. So let's get into these books. So I'm going to pop up the pictures of here because let me see, of these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 of the 10. How many did I review? I should have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 8 of these books I listened to, so I'm going to be popping up the digital covers here. So the first one, right here, Ink by Jonathan Mayberry. Now, you guys all know that I love Jonathan Mayberry. I loved his Pine, I don't want to say Pine Deep, that's another book, but his Dead Man series, why am I just having a brain fart today? I should just pull one out that's right back here. But anyway, he goes back to the town that his first trilogy of 3 books was so well done. Dang it, now I should grab one. Let me see. But yeah, so he goes back to the town, and it's about this girl, and she opens up a tattoo shop. She moves from New York, and she moves to the most haunted town in the United States. And the town has changed since the end of the 3rd book. I don't want to give away any spoilers for those of you that haven't read them. But it just wasn't his books. It didn't have the creepiness and the scares of those first 3 books did. So it came out in November 17th of 2020. I only gave it 3 stars. It wasn't really scary. It didn't have the Halloween vibes and the haunted hay rides and everything that took place in the first 3 books. So yeah, I only gave it 3 stars. Next is Wheel of Darkness, right here. Now this is book 8 in the Pendergast series. This is by Preston and Child, Lee Child and Douglas Preston. Came out August 28th of 2007. Now, I loved this book. Loved this book. The narration was absolutely incredible. And if you've never read any of the Pendergast books, they started with Relic, which was made into a movie, and then Reliquary and Still Life with Crows and Cabinet of the Curiosities. Now, this is book 8. I did give it a 4.5 stars. I loved it. It almost got a perfect 5-star, but it kind of dragged a little bit in the middle, but it was still great. The narration was so well done. I do have the physical book. I have the paperback right there, and I do have one of the original hardbacks. But great book. If you've never read Agent Pendergast, you guys should really pick up first one and start with the first book. They say a lot of them are standalone books, but you do need to read them in order just because they reference things that happen in the previous books. And yeah, this was just another great book. I loved it. Next up is this book. This came out March 1st of 2022. This was by Catriona Ward, who wrote the great book, The Last House on Needless Street, which I loved. I gave it 5 stars. This book, you guys? Well, I DNF'd it at 31%. I listened to it. I could not get into this book. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. The characters were just ridiculous. But the narration, I think, is what ruined it for me, because this woman's voice was so annoying. But the characters were just dumb. It wasn't scary. It wasn't creepy. It was so slow. And I just like, oh my God, I could not get into it. So I just said, fuck this. DNF'd it at 31%. And hey, yeah, I gave it 1 star. Next one. This came out on September 20th of 2022. That is this one, Ghost Eaters, by Clay McLeod Chapman. Oh my God. I DNF'd this one at 42%. Oh my God. This guy and girl, the main characters of this book, he's a drug addict, and you guys know how I feel about reading horror with drug addict main characters. She was the stupidest girl. She just kept, getting him out of rehab, and then someone tells her, oh, you really need to get him on Ghost. And she's like, what's Ghost? And the guy's like, oh, it's a new drug. It allows you to talk and see the dead. Oh my God, you guys, it was so stupid. Don't waste your time on this one. Yeah, I gave it 1.2 stars. I DNF'd it at 41%. Cannot recommend it. It was terrible. Next one is this one, Hide, by Kirsten White. Great cover, great premise. It sounded really, really good. Can you survive 7 days in an abandoned amusement park? Oh my God, it was such a ripoff of Fantastic Land. It was terrible. It was horrible. Great cover art, like I said. Terrible book. I only gave it 1 star. It was awful. I was surprised I even finished it. It was so dumb. I say skip it. Don't waste your time. And you guys, yeah, I just thought it was terrible. Next one is this. This is Don't Stay Up Late by R.L. Stine. Now, this is kind of funny because I had never read R.L. Stine until I picked up this book. Yes, I've never read any of the Goosebumps books. I did read his one adult book called Red Rain. I hated it. It was terrible. Does it never fail? The phone always rings when I do a video.
Call from
Spam. It's like, why don't... I don't even understand why we still have a landline. Just get rid of the fucking phone. Please don't leave a message. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to leave a message. So, Don't Stay Up Late is book 2 in the relaunch of the Fear Street books. Now, I didn't know this was book 2. I read it anyway because I absolutely loved the premise. A young girl, kind of new in high school. She lives in the town of Shadyside, which all of us know that is the town where Fear Street is. And that's the town where all the books take place. Now, if you've seen the Netflix movies, the 3 movies that were Fear Street, and then they all had their own subtitles, I loved those movies. Loved them. Loved the kill. Loved the gore. So, like I said, this fairly new high school junior decides to take a job, and she decides to take a job babysitting for this young boy um, who lives on Fear Street, and a bunch of her friends say, you do not want to do this. You don't want to babysit for this kid. He's creepy, and some disturbing things happened at the house with the previous babysitter. And she's like, I don't believe in that stuff. You know, I don't believe in all this stuff with Fair Street. She decides to take the job. The mother is like, oh, you know, thank you so much. It's so hard to find a babysitter for him, you know, because I work, you know, these late hours at night. But I just need to warn you, I need to tell you, do not let him stay up past 9 o'clock. Do not let him stay up late. And she's like, what is going on? What is going on? You will never guess this book. I loved this book. I gave it 4 stars. The narration was phenomenal. The story was great. I loved the little boy. I just, I didn't really like, well, I'm not going to tell you, but there's a twist in the book that I just didn't really like, but I did. I gave it 4.2 stars. It was almost a near perfect 5-star read for me. I love this book. Highly recommended it. Now, the next one I read is this one, Party Games by R.L. Stine. This one came out September 30th of 2014, believe it or not. Now, this is book 1 in the relaunch of the Fear Street books. This book was another one. It takes place in Shadyside. I loved this book. This was about a rich, spoiled, popular kid at the high school, and for his 18th birthday, he is going to have a party out at, now, before I get in further, his last name is Fear. Yes, Fear, the same name that the street is named after. His family has lived there for many years, and his family is fucked up. His family is a mess. Well, anyway, he decides to have his 18th birthday at the old abandoned mansion out on the island in the middle of the lake in Shadyside. And but this year he has got birthday party plans that are going to go down in history. Now, I gave this book a 4-star rating. It would have made a perfect 5-star rating, but there was about a third of the way in, I thought, wow, this sounds just like the movie April Fool's Day. And I thought, no way would R.L. Stine, you know, just take a classic movie like that and just rewrite it. I thought, no, this can't be the same thing. Well, it wasn't. It had a completely different twist, kind of. But yeah, it was fun. I loved the violence and the scenes of murder in this book. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I would read it again or listen to it again. Highly recommended. That's Party Games, 4-star read. The next one is this one. Yeah. Paul Tremblay's Disappearance at Devil's Rock. This came out June 21st of 2016. Why the hell do I read this man? I did love his book, Head Full of Ghosts. However, this one, oh God, was just as bad as Cabin at the End of the World, Survivor Song. I don't like this man's writing. This one was dreadful. Now, this one was terrible. I DNF'd this book, believe it or not, at 46%. I kept thinking, okay, something's got to happen. It's got to get creepy. It's so boring and stupid. Uh, it was just bad. Would not recommend this book. I gave it no stars. I don't know why I even think I'm going to like a Paul Tremblay book. But like I said, I did love Head Full of Ghosts. This one, skip it. The next one is a book that I was granted to read from NetGalley over a year ago, and I tried to read it when they gifted me with it, and I just could not get into this book. I don't know if it was because I was reading it on my tablet or what, but it was just, God, it starts out great. This book is The Nightmare Man. It came out January 10th of this year, 2023. It's by J.H. Markert. And yeah, great cover work of that scary ass scarecrow on the front of this book. Now, where do I go with this book? It started out phenomenal. It was so damn creepy. It was like if you took Jeepers Creepers, In the Mouth of Madness, and I had another one, Dark Night of the Scarecrow, and if you threw them in a blender and they had a baby, this is what would come out of it. This book had so much promise. It was so creepy for the first probably half of the book, but then it started taking this really bad kind of H.P. Lovecraft story. This author comes home to his hometown, and he wants to finish writing his latest horror novel. Well, his horror novel is about the Nightmare Man, but in the book there's also a screamer. There is oh my God, as people start to read this book, well, that's not even how it starts. When he comes home to his hometown, there's a local farmer who finds a disturbing scene in his barn. A family has been murdered, and they've been murdered very violently. And I also wanted to throw in the book, if you threw in Ronald Kelly's Fear into that mix, Fear had a big impact on this story. But this family of 5 is horribly murdered and dismembered and sewn into these kind of like cocoons, and they're stitched together by dried corn husks, and then they're hung on hooks in this local farmer's barn. Just the description and the murder of this family is so disturbing and so creepy. But like I said, Ronald Kelly did it better in Fear. And that's how it starts. Well, the creepy thing is, this guy, and I'm really cutting these reviews short because you guys can all go to my Goodreads page, which is right here, and read my full reviews. I have their names and everything else. But he finishes this book, and as people in town start reading it, they realize, wow, these murders happened, so close to the time of the release of the book. How did he know these things were going to go on? Well, as in John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, that is about Sutter Kane, who wrote horrible, extremely violent horror novels, and everybody in the town of Innsmouth, or what was the town's name in that book? I can't remember. But they start acting out and violently recreating the murders that are happening in the Sutter Kane books. Well, that's what the Nightmare Man is kind of like too. And but in the Nightmare Man, as people read this book, the book takes them over, but it takes them over in things that they're afraid of. So it just got stupid and ridiculously dumb. There were so many monsters in this book. which started out creepy as the Nightmare Man. Um, if it would have just stayed that one monster, the Scarecrow guy, well, that's what his name was the Scarecrow, and he was the killer in the book. If it just would have stayed with the Scarecrow, it would have been a fucking phenomenal read. Would have been a fantastic horror read. But it got so stupid. There was the Screamer. They even brought in he even brought in Bigfoot at one time. It was just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then all these stupid monsters so it turned into a 2-star read for me. Yeah, I really liked it. Thought I was gonna love it. I didn't. Uh, yeah, I told Tammy Ellis and my dear friend uh, Christy Randazzo, both dear friends of me. I said, "Oh, you got to read this book. It's so good." And I think Leslie Powell McCarty bought the book just because I said, that I was loving it. Oh, girls, sorry. It only ended up being a 2-star read for me. So, yeah. The next one is this. Now, the next one is the last of the 10. This one came out. Let me get my readers on. Yeah, these kind of look like Harry Potter glasses. This one is the 10th book. This is the first in the new Disney Prince novels. This is Prince Eric. Of course, we all know that's Ariel. With the new movie coming out, I could not wait to read this book. Now, I get all the Disney books, whether they're the Prince books or the Villains or the Twisted Tales. Now, this one is Prince of Song and Sea. This is the first Disney Prince novel. This is by Lindsay Miller. Came out October 2022. And it says, to everyone who ever wished they could be a part of another world. You guys, oh my God. So it says on the back, do find the isle, do kill the witch, don't kiss the girl. And there's the full artwork of the book. So this is Prince Eric's side of the story of what happened in the Disney animated classic, The Little Mermaid. And on May 16th, the new live action remake comes out, and I cannot wait. You guys, this is the tale from Eric's side. And it starts out with Eric and his dog Max and Grimsby, of course, being in the boat wreck where they're all thrown overboard and Eric is drowning. Eric is saved by Ariel, but all he sees is a blur of her face, and he doesn't even know if it's a man or a woman, but he can hear this beautiful voice, and he sees just this red hair. Well, Eric has got a curse put on him. Now, we learn in the book, this is not a spoiler, it happens at the very beginning of the book. We learn tragically how Eric's mother and father were killed and how Grimsby took to continue to raise Eric. Now, sorry, my leg is bothering me. So, in this story, Eric has got friends. There's Vanessa, and he's got 3 or 4 really good friends that are big parts of the book. Now, Eric has got a curse put on him, and yes, we know that the curse was put on his family by Ursula, and you don't know why he had this curse put on him, but the curse is, if he is ever kissed by anyone that is not his true love, he will die. Yes, he will die. Now, this book is only 200... No, it's 300. Oh God, I gotta put my glasses on again. It's a bitch, you guys. The book had 345 pages. Now, here's the author. Very beautiful young woman. This is her first venture into the Disney realm. And oh my God, she knocks this book out of the field, out of first, out of the park. The writing is phenomenal. It made me cry. Uh, it took me back to a part of my life that I wish I could get back. And I think that's kind of where Eric and Ariel are. But Vanessa in this story is a big part. And she is a young woman that Eric finds walking along the beach one night. And she's got long, beautiful, dark hair. And she turns Eric into this doting, let's just say she has false pretenses. And I'm not going to tell you any more about it because I don't want to ruin it. But with the new remake coming out, I cannot wait. So you guys, that's it. Those are the 10 reviews. Like I said, you guys can go to my Goodreads channel, which is right here, and you can check out all of the reviews fully. Yeah, there were a lot of DNFs and a lot of books I didn't really care for. But highly recommend Prince of Song and Sea. You don't have to be a Disney fan. If you just like a good story, and if you know the story from the animated film, it's a great retelling. Very, very good. The next one is going to be about the prince, the young prince from Sleeping Beauty. So you guys know me and my Maleficent and my villains. I cannot wait for that one. That one does not come out till I think September or October. But you guys take care of yourselves. Be kind to others. Just be nice in general. You can still love horror. In fact, read your life like a book. Just don't turn that last page. And you guys, always stay scared. Have great nightmares. Speaking of nightmares, A. Lopez Jr. is getting ready to release the first book in his 6-part serial series, and it is called let me tell you my secrets, or I'll tell you my secrets. But it's going to be very creepy, you guys. And then each consecutive book is going to come out a week later, so there's going to be 6 books. I cannot wait, you guys. It comes out the 21st, like I said. And yeah, you guys, just stay scared, read a good book, have great nightmares, and you guys, I promise, by the time I make this next video, I hope the books behind me are going to be a little bit different, if not completely different. Yeah, I've got to clean this bookshelf up, you guys. So yeah, it's storming outside. We've got branches. Hopefully, I got this video shot before I lose power. Hopefully we're not going to lose power. Take care, you guys. I'll see you in the next video.